And to get beat by them hurt us. In between them two games, we went to Bromley.
Yeah.
Jason Goodliffe joined.
Yeah.
I remember it was my birthday.
I know, did we draw?
That was it. I remember, yeah, because the Northwich on the Saturday.
Moses Emmanuel scored.
We won 2-1.
Yeah, he scored for them. Because I remember I made a save from a free kick from Joe Anderson.
Yeah.
Because the game before, obviously the Northwich game, I got beat by a free kick on my side of the wall, which in fairness was a hell of a strike by the kid. And I had a bit of an argument with Junior afterwards in the changing room. And then they had another free kick in the Bromley game that they tried to do the same. I made a save, but yeah, me and Junior had a few choice words. I think you pulled me in at training saying I couldn't call the assistant manager what I called him.
Listen, I've done it. Cal, none of you have done it. Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you have to show a bit of support to your management team.
Yeah, of course. I've just never been. I don't think I've ever been wound up like that.
I've never seen it in the time you've been.
I think I apologised about 8 times and he was still going. I just lost it. But...
Yeah.
Oh well.
Then so Goody joined. I've just gone through the stats. Jason Goodliffe. Defensively, we had 49 goals against. Played a part?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Big part.
Massive part. And it was like, I'd go, Goody, take them. That would be fundamentally the Rusties, the Callums, the Nunnies, the Dowies, the Veras, Steve-O. Goody, take them. I take forwards. Junior, take them. The midfielders. We have 13 clean sheets.
Yeah.
Which, no disrespect, if you're conceding 49 goals in a season out of 46 games, and we've been hit by Grimsby, Lincoln, Bromley in the first 10 games, 3-3 and 3, it speaks volumes about the work. Fact.
A good relationship, I think, with everyone individually as well.
He done ever so well. It was
little things with me, and which were helpful.
Yeah. There was a care. There was a care and understanding. And I knew that if I give them your mob, you lot, to him, I know they're going to be prepared. And I think that was probably a massive part in us sustaining ourselves in the league.
Yeah, I think like some of the sessions that we did with him and that, it weren't even nothing pretty, but basics. And I
remember every shoulders, face the way you want to head the ball.
Yeah.
All them little details. And I thought
like they're the kind of things where, again, obviously so hard for you in the middle of the season trying to do it. Like if you imagine them in like the beginning of the season or pre-season and that, do you know what I mean? And getting things.
Well, the following year we did.
Yeah.
We finished 11th, Nunn. Yeah. So you look at that and go, it shows you kind of where we could have got to. As when you have a pre-season together.
Yeah, Goody for me was like I still speak to him occasionally now. I've got a lot of time for him, and he was good with me that year and the year after as well. But the basics. He was for me as a younger player looking at. He was like when I was doing my YT. He was one of the older heads of the first team that you'd look at and be like in awe of that. You had so much respect for them, whether they were good at football or not. You just had respect for them that they wore their heart on their sleeve every single game, and he was like the type of guy that, like us, that as soon as he walked out, he might not have the best game, but he will 100% give you everything that he's got every game, and you just had that natural respect for him because of that.
Yeah,
he just used to have little chats with you. He used to pull me and go, "Look," and now looking back on it. He did it. I've seen him do it with other players, but he would go, "I've got a book here," and I used to always write down positions of players that I think are decent when we play against them. I haven't got any goalies written down for the whole league. To be like to sort of boost you up a little bit. So that I don't think any are better than you. We don't need and I was sitting there thinking, well, you've obviously not seen half the teams, but so I was like, I've got about 3 or 4 that I think are better than me. But it was good. It was like little things like that where they're important. I think like it's that little just before a game or something like that. I think it always helps.
We then go after the Victoria games. We've lost 2-1. Altrincham away 1-0. Remember it? Went up on the Friday night. Done the game.
2 nights, didn't we?
We've done 2 nights, but I remember it alternate. We didn't deserve to lose that game.
No.
We peppered them, absolutely peppered them.
I think someone smashed the bar. Howley or Billy like rattled the crossbar in the game.
Yeah.
Cal, you missed a header at the end of the game.
Yeah, I know, from a corner, and it was just like, just wanted the ground to heat me up because it would have been a point, and it would have been like, obviously buzzing for the night out after. They would have set it up nicely, but yeah, it was just, again, 1 goal.
They scored it. It was a little deflection from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great strike. It just took it away from my really long arms. Maybe you had a taller goalie, but you might have drawn that one.
Yeah, we would have done. We go Lincoln Tranmere at home, 1-0, 0-0. Then
Reed scored for Lincoln.
yeah, we went back after Forest Green. We lose 1-0 away from home. We then go back into the bottom 4. So we were just out of it at 19th. We then dip back. So after the Forest Green loss, we're now a bottom 4 team again.
I remember that game quite well.
Yeah.
You weren't very happy with me.
No.
I remember I got in team of the week and made 8 or 9 saves, but fluffed the kick with the wind behind me because I didn't want to kick it too far.
Yeah.
And they came down the left, crossed. I made a save. It went back out. They crossed again and scored the header.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were fuming.
Only because we've gone Lincoln Tranmere and we think, again, fine margins.
Yeah. It was so easy that game, wasn't it?
It was horrendous.
Yeah.
I remember so clearly.
Horrible.
It was horrendous. Then we go Braintree at home. Then we go Woking away and pick up 4 points. 1-0 at home to Braintree, and obviously a 0-0 away at Woking. Again, 2 big points. With regards to that, we go up to our highest league position since after Tranmere 5 games into the season.
Yeah.
From us doing that, you win 1, you draw 1, to you lose 1, you draw, you lose, you win. It was so small margins. Everything, the little details, and you wouldn't get ahead of yourself. But in that period from Altrincham, we lost 2 games in 8. But then I look at that and go, we drew 5.
Yeah.
Woking, Cheltenham at home, Eastleigh at home, and it's like Tranmere, Lincoln again. Again, Lincoln and Tranmere, 2 great points. Don't get me wrong, because they're 2 massive clubs. But you'd rather lose against Lincoln and Tranmere, beat Woking, beat Eastleigh, and already you're 2 points better off.
Yeah, I remember
But the draws started to suck us in even more. Even though we've got a clean sheet against Cheltenham, a clean sheet against Woking, a clean sheet against Tranmere, and you go, brilliant. We've turned a corner. We're not conceding goals. Yes, we're not scoring, which was always our issue. But we've now hit Eastleigh, and we're still now, after the loss, so we drew to Tranmere, lost to Forest Green, beat Braintree 1-0, drew to Woking 0-0, drew to Cheltenham 0-0 again. And I know they won it that year, which was a massive result.
We had to win that though. Really, Dylan Phillips, the keeper, he plays for Charlton now. He's done really well, but he made a really, really good save in the last minute, right in the bottom corner, where I think we should have scored, and we would have literally really late in the game. He made a great save. He
did. Then we go draw against Eastleigh, who were doing good guns, and I think we're 19th at the time, to then play Kidderminster at home again. Lost 2-0.
Yeah.
Back to the bottom 4.
They were bottom, weren't they?
They were bottom, mate. Yeah, they were struggling. And again, when you say your own table, we picked up 1 point against them.
Yeah. Was it?
They played out from the back for fun. I remember.
They had the new manager that went in there, Colin something, and popped us.
Near him, yeah.
Popped us, and it was like, wow. And I remember his reports. It was, we're going down, but we're going to do it in a manner where we're going to play.
Yeah.
Whitfield, there's the boy. Ben Whitfield, the boy that plays the Torquay now. He played on the right-hand side, left footer. He caused us havoc.
The striker scored a free kick. They did a clever free kick that they shifted the ball.
Yeah.
That's it. And then it opened the angle to go down the side of the wall. Harry White. Was it Harry White? He ended up signing for us.
He did end up signing for us. I think 2 weeks later. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a clever free kick. They just moved the ball cleverly. They popped us.
Then we go away to Grimsby. We were good.
Yeah, 0-0.
Howley. Every time. Could have scored. Twice. Broke, didn't he?
Was that early on as well?
Yeah. Like, quick, Nunny, yeah. From centre midfield.
Yeah.
Went through. Like, one or two times, and he could have scored. And I thought we were good on the day.
Bogle didn't start, I think.
No.
He came on in a set later on in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know when I got injured. I don't know if I did it in a game or in training, but that's when I got injured then. So I missed Grimsby. I remember my first game back was Macclesfield. So I was out for about 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
That was my first game in the, like, I felt where it was like, this is a proper big stadium. Like, I managed to miss all the others, like Lincoln away, I'd missed Tranmere. Like, and that was the first away game where I thought, wow, this is like, I think it was like 4,000, 5,000 people. Yeah. Behind the goal, they were just abusing me. Like, it was brilliant. I love that stuff. But like, I was like, wow, this is proper. Like, this is the first big away game I felt for me.
Come off the back of that as a 0-0. We beat Braintree away 2-0. So we done ever so well against Braintree that year.
Someone scored a worldie. Howley scored a worldie, didn't he?
Yeah, remember it?
Volley, yeah.
Yeah.
His manager of Braintree.
Yeah. I
was buzzing because I went Paris for the Chelsea PSG game that day, but no one knew about it apart from Megan. So I was thinking, we had training on the Monday, and I was going to Megs. I was like, he's not going to want me to go Braintree, is it? I know it's not far in that. And I was like, I just said to her, I said, my dad and my brother got tickets and that. Like, I've got the Eurostar booked. And I think I turned my phone off the whole time in case like you rang me on the day to say like, do you like
come on
down to Braintree? And I just remember checking the score as well, and I was like, yes, we've won, so that's good for the team.
Horrible game though. It was good. We were good though.
We were good that day.
Because that was we were supposed to play New Year's Day, weren't we?
No, we did. Oh yeah, it got moved.
That was quality because we knew Ches was there, so I knew the game was off. And I went to a wedding on New Year's Eve, like which never would have happened if it weren't off. But that was a good game to have off.
We then go Torquay at home, lose 1-0.
Yeah, Blissett, the striker for them, wasn't it?
Yeah. Played for Tranmere in the first game initially. Come on, he got his move to Torquay. Yeah, and we lost. And then we go to Southport.
Oh yeah, this was a good day.
This was a great day.
What an absolutely terrible place to go though.
But I've got on my notes, free kick, underlined.
Goody's free kick.
We worked on it. I knew you lot were like, I ain't having this. And I'm like, Goody, get them to buy into it. Get them to buy into it. And I remember the first half.
Much has to go right for it.
What's that?
So it's a hard ball to play. That's why I'm thinking it's a difficult ball.
The first one.
First clip. I'm like, this is not an easy ball to get right. But then if you do, and I've got to be honest, we were like, this is never going to work.
Yeah. No, we knew. Me, Goody, and Junior knew.
Straight out for a kick.
First header, and he's headed it about 80 yards, and we've gone in. And he scored. Then we've done a square, like a counter-attack, pull-back goal. And this was the third goal, the free kick. And I remember you just all in a cluster, running. It was outstanding.
3-0.
Goody was over the moon.
Yeah.
So happy.
Howley scored 2, didn't he?
Yeah.
See, Howley by this stage had joined mine and Callum's little car school. Well, not Callum's car school, because Callum didn't drive.
I was the number one passenger.
You just contributed to coming with us. But that was actually quite a good thing for me and Cal as well, anyway, because obviously that kind of brought us a little bit closer together with obviously a guy who's been full time for a long time. So that built like quite a good little friendship there.
Yeah, even like the little conversations we had where like it weren't ever like proper serious, but you know, like little things that he might say or things that he might agree with us on. Because if we're thinking something, he's like, yeah, I thought that too. So you think, all right, like we're not completely opposite opinions and stuff here.
Well, obviously, at the start of the year, there's obviously not a gap, but there was the boys that had come up, the boys that had maybe come down from League Two or the Conference, and like we were thinking, do they think we're no good, maybe, or we're thinking, oh, they're not that good, maybe we can like. But there was obviously that little gap, but I think that helped definitely helped for me and Cal anyway. Kind of brought the change room a little bit maybe closer.
It helped me when we went to mornings because Rusty could pick me up for training. So
Harley done you right, Tree.
Harley used to pick me up either from I don't even know the junctions now. One by the hospital, one by the airport. And if I was at the gym in the morning before training, I'd go to the hospital, and the other one airport. It'd be like 10 or 11, and I'd go, I don't know, mate. I'm at the airport.
He'd pick you up, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd come and pick me up either from the airport. I used to get like the bus up to near the hospital. But Rusty, I owe Rusty probably about 40 petrol money. But yeah, Howdy sorted me out there as well.
We then go Barrow. Obviously, because we went. Remember, we got the train to Barrow, and mid-journey.
Oh my God, I remember it because I was with Mel in Nottingham. And I didn't realise how close Stafford was to the Midlands. So I got the train back to Milton Keynes. I've gone to the gaffer and goes, oh, can I get off here? Because I'm going to Nottingham. It was Ian at the time. And he goes, yeah, why don't you go for Stafford, you idiot? Like, I had to go all the way back to Birmingham. And I was just, I didn't know. But yeah, I remember it because it was bad, like floods and that, wasn't it, up north?
Horrendous.
Yeah, we left.
The train didn't even go any further north, did it? Like to stop.
It went like up to Wigan and the whole water across the tracks, wasn't it?
We literally
on midweek.
That's been injured then.
Yeah, we left really early, didn't we?
Yeah, it was horrendous.
3-0.
We got a good point away, to be fair.
They were good at the time as well, weren't they? They just started playing well. And
yeah. Remember Wrexham away?
Yeah, I do. It was last game before I came back from injury. Or maybe my first, maybe I'd come back training that week. And I remember I asked to come on the coach because I wanted to be around the boys and that. Like, I felt like I was missing out a bit. And even though I weren't playing, I wanted to kind of have an effect still, obviously, of how we were going. And I just remember after the game, there's nothing the management could have said. Like, it was crap. And I just said, I'd had enough. So I just said, I need to say something. Like, how hard we'd worked to get ourselves into that league and what have you. And you brought in, it was Danny Haynes. He was just a and I just remember, he didn't give a shit. A few lads, they just didn't care enough. And I just remember saying, this ain't gonna happen. When I'm fit and when I play again, this. I said, I'm not getting relegated. I'm not having a relegation on my CV. We've worked too hard to do all of this. Because it was such a nothing performance. It's like we'd given up, and I thought,
they weren't that good on the day either. They got a penalty which was a bit controversial. Dave Stevens
It was in the corner, far end, yeah.
But arguably won the ball. Even I've seen it recently, and I'm it's harsh. He catches him on after he makes contact with the ball. He catches him on the follow through, and it's a harsh pen. But we had chances, I think, in that game as well, which we didn't take. So we couldn't get a point.
I thought it was like Cal said, very disheartening performance. It was lackluster, and it was you touched on it, and I'm going to touch on it in the Halifax game with Danny Haynes. We brought him in with the mindset that his pedigree, he can carry the ball. Yeah, not for me, mate.
I remember I didn't start that game, and I remember I said to you, I've never said it to a manager ever, and I said, please put me on at half time. I've never said that to anyone before. Please put me on, because it looked like no one cared, and I cared. Exactly what Callum said. We'd worked so hard to get in the league, and I was like, we're going to toss it away. We're going to throw this away here, and no one cares. And I remember asking, please put me on, and you put me on. And I remember, I don't know if I played well or not, but I remember I run so much.
Yeah, I remember.
And after the game, I remember Callum saying what he said, and it was just frustrating that people were just giving up, and that really, for us as a group, how we are up for, and that really weren't who he was. as people. Like, you never give up, even if you was winning, losing, whatever. You just, that's not in your mentality, that you still work hard.
I think you're spot on, mate. And I want to jump a few here. Well, I'm not going to jump one game because I know you lot are going to want to talk about it. We went home to Macclesfield, drew 0-0.
Yeah, we changed everything that game.
And we were awesome first 10-15. We had corner after corner after corner after corner. And in a breakaway, pen on Dowie. And they then gone and battered us 4-1. We then played Dover on the bank holiday. Remember, we got you in on the Sunday. And it was, I remember it, I went, because we played on the Friday against Cheltenham, and I went with Goody to Torquay, Dover on the Saturday. I went to Goody, they do man for man. They go all over the park, one for one. I was like, if he goes for he wipes his ass. He's like, nah, he must. So we then come back and done a session with you lot, and it was like, look, this is what they're going to do. This is how we're going to implement it. And we peppered them. Done them 3-0. And I think we went up to, again, 20th, just outside the relegation that game. And then on the Saturday, we go to Chester.
Well, we did.
Well, the week before Cheltenham, we turned up at like 2:40, didn't we? It was bank holiday.
Yeah.
Getting changed on the
coach.
On the coach. You just told me I won't play it. I was raging, but to be fair, I'd come back from injury. Macclesfield, I don't know if that was I played left back, and I just remember just running my nuts off. Just like, obviously after Wrexham and that, I felt like didn't have a point to prove, but like to the boys to say like, come on, do you know what I mean? And then you said, oh, no, you're not playing, you're going to play Monday. And I was like, Cheltenham, they're top of the league, bank holiday weekend, like, chance to play in that. And I remember I was just like, not that I've never really done it before, but I sulked. And I remember, and I was like, my head had gone. And to be fair, again, Goody, obviously, like, you were focused on the game. And he's seen, not that we had much of a warm-up, but he just said, like, look, like, keep your head in that. Like, I think you said, oh, you're going to play Monday. And then,
you know why, though? Do you know why? Because when you're a manager, you've got back-to-back games. No disrespect to the players that played against Cheltenham. I honestly believe we could beat Dover and not beat Cheltenham.
Yeah,
so
cool.
If I had to pick a game, it was very much I was honing in on Dover, and you shouldn't do that. But when you're in a position we are,
for you, Cheltenham was a free hit, wasn't it? It was
spot on.
Whatever. Like you've got a team out there that's good enough to win on a day, but you make sure you get points for Monday. Like,
so in fairness, Cal, that's the reason why. But
yeah, but then also like after, like I think we had a chat, and it was like I think you said because I'd been out for like 6 weeks of an injury, and you said like 2 games in 3 days or whatever. And obviously, in my head, I was like, I'm training, I can play. But obviously, looking now as a more experienced person, if someone's just been out for 6 weeks, you aren't going to throw them in 2 games in 2 days, because if they break down again, they're done for the rest of the season.
Especially with the impact that you had in the running count. So it was a smart move to an extent. We nearly lost you and Rusty against Chester. I remember it so clearly. I've got to be honest, we're on the coach, and I get a phone call thinking Rusty. Cal, actually, because you were driving Rusty. Cal, what's happening? Gaffer, we're struggling. Seeing our Cal. No, Gaffer, we are struggling. What does that look like, Cal?
I remember it as so clearly. Like, he got me from Martin in Luton, we got on the M1.
We've done this for every away trip, though.
And we have to meet at Milton Keynes, obviously picking up like Howley and Woody, and we got on the M1, and it's a long slip road, but we were too far down, and I just saw back-to-back cars, and I thought, oh no. So I've put in Google Maps, Newport Pagnell Services, and it said like 2 hours and 58 minutes, and I think, it must be on the walking thing, Google Maps, like, to walk there. And I've looked and I've gone, it's not, it's cars.
The line, the red traffic line, it was black. I've never seen that before, where the red line, how bad the traffic.
When I rang you and you go, yeah, we're coming up the A1. And I was like, you don't normally come up the A1. And you was like, yeah, the traffic. And I was like, I didn't even think to look, because we were probably going to be there about half an hour early.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere to go, was there? I remember you just kept ringing me, Luke, and going, yeah, how are you getting on? Like 20 minutes later, I said, we've moved about 10 yards.
Oh, we didn't move, Cal. We did not move for well over an hour. Like, I had the doors open in the car.
I remember saying to Rusty, I was like, it's quite nice weather. I said, when we get to the next junction in about 3 hours, I was like, let's just go down the pub, like, because we're not going to make Chester. I was Googling Chester, and it said the club might be closed by the time you get there.
I remember, I walked down the bus, and I went to the chairman, I went, Dan, they're struggling. And he went, okay, look, we'll get to Newport, see how we get on. They're going to have to drive. So I went, Cal, do us a favour, you're going to have to drive as close as you can get. We got, I think it was about 12:30 now. I can say it now, with 5 seasons past now. And the chairman's gone, I don't care, pull in. And I've gone, Danny went, I don't care. It was either James Russell or Paul White playing. And it was either Callum Reynolds, who was the club captain and skipper, or I can't think who would have gone in. To be fair, we had probably a little bit more of a luxury with a Dowie, a De Vera or Stevo. But the fact of the matter is, you was a massive impact in what we were doing. And he went, I don't care. And we'd have Chester fans tweeting, why is the Boreham Wood bus
in the service?
They're going to be late and they're at the services.
So at one point, you said, don't worry, just get there for the game. You're not going to play. And honestly, I've never wanted to miss a game of football, but the relief that went out of my body when you said that.
He was panicking.
But you know what, Rusty? The minute you got there, here's your shirt.
Yeah.
I
Good shouting at me because I couldn't find my boots.
Yeah, the mindset is you're rushing, you're throwing yourself about. It was like, Rusty, don't worry about it, you're not even in. So I can imagine you went, oh, thanks for that.
I was buzzing.
Yeah. And I read, you know, it's funny. I think he's on the phone to you, and I had it on speaker so Rusty could hear what was going on because he was panicking, and I was like, we can't actually do anything. We could get out of the car and probably try and run somewhere, but like everyone, the whole motorway was shut from our point onwards. And Rusty was panicking, and I was like, why are you panicking? I said, we'll get there when we get there. I was Googling trains to Chester and that, and I was like, all right, we could get this train, gets in at 2:30, and it's like, you could run there from the station. It's like, oh, we'll get there for kickoff, like if you're on the bench or whatever. And then I think the chairman rang. Oh, I'm sorry, you passed me to the chairman. And he goes, boys, look, don't worry. And I thought he was going to go, you're going to get fined like 2 weeks' wages. But it was the complete opposite. He said, don't rush, don't stress. He said, like, just get here when you can. We'll wait for you. So then I think that calmed Rusty down, and I was like, oh, decent. And then I got into Rusty's head because I was like, right, you're definitely going to play. Like, they need you to play. I said, I'll probably get dropped here because of the situation. I said, there's other players that can play. So then I was just trying to get Rusty, like, calm to think, like,
we went into a petrol station.
You've got to play. Just get your head around that.
Toilet. We steamed into a petrol station, sprinted to the toilet, sprinted out. It must have been in there 30 seconds because we were that desperate, like on the way up. I've never panicked that much. That was the worst.
We went on the one, probably the one with the biggest slip road, you know, on the M6 toll where it goes round there, and I'm going, Rusty, how far is this services? And then when we went to get back on, we nearly went the wrong way, and I was thinking that would just summed it up. I had an extra hour to the journey.
It was a disaster, mate. We kicked off score, didn't we?
We made 2-2 it finished, didn't it?
Harry White, didn't he? Scored late on.
Or late.
Yeah.
Do you remember Halifax? Why?
Yeah, we had to do the same panic there as well.
Honestly, but this is it. People don't realise we're all waiting at the club, and it's like, bus is normally here 45 minutes ago.
We're at Newport Pagnell so early because we were so scared about what happened in the last game.
Mandy, where are we going with this? Is the bus coming? Yeah, let me just ring them. There ain't a bus. What do you mean there ain't a bus? There ain't a bus. And we're thinking, nah. Now I'm on the phone to the Newport boys that are travelling from London, and it's all action. Get on the train to Halifax. I remember it, and it was like we had a train that we had to get to enable us to get there in a half decent time, and it was quick. And I remember Harry running down, Nunny running down the platform, nearly missing the train.
Me and Cal got the train with the chairman.
Yeah,
Woody and Howley had to get it into Milton Keynes. It goes into Euston, doesn't it? And then we were just ringing them, where are you? And they're running. And they missed our train, didn't they? But they got the next one, luckily, which went. I think they ended up getting there before us because it changed somewhere. But
yeah, it didn't stop as many stops, did it?
Because it was supposed to be originally. Was it supposed to be originally a Saturday game?
I'm not sure on that, but I just know that it was a Tuesday game. It was a
No,
Tuesday.
I'm sure it was supposed to be. I don't know whether it was in a trophy or something, but because originally it was. I think it was supposed to be a Saturday, and then it's like, oh, they've not. I think it was like a late change. If there was it must have been them in the cup. So I think they've not rung the coach company to say like it's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the scoreline?
Yeah, we lost 3-2.
We went 2. So what? This is my Danny Haynes story. I'm watching it and I played him, and
we were 2-0 down early, weren't we? Or
2-0 down, and
They
after
played first half.
That's the biggest battering I felt. That I was thinking that we got spanked here. I made a mistake from a corner, but I made about 2 or 3 saves, and one of them made a really good save onto the post. And I was thinking, we could be about 4 or 5 down here at half time. They battered us.
Yeah.
The
That's
second half we come out and just started battering them, didn't we?
27 minutes. I've gone, goody. I ain't having this. I can't have it. I ain't having it. Do a sub, Hainsey, you're off.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah.
He went down the other end, and he probably down the other end with all the fans and that. But it was. I remember going in at half time. Got the trunk, and I went, "You lot all right?" So we were fourth bottom. We were fourth bottom, and I went, "If we're going to go down, let's go down having a tear up." Because what I've just witnessed was a pile of.
Yeah, it was pathetic. I remember.
And then come out, and it was.
We had a chat on the pitch. I remember, and I think like the players were a bit like, "Let's not give them, as in not them, but let's not give them anything after the game where they can come at us and." We've not shown a bit. Like, let's play, let's get the ball, let's pass, let's play. And we're trying to just like got ourselves going a little bit in there as well to be like, right, they're right in what they're saying to us, but make sure we show a bit here. And we were ledged second half.
One of the most conflicting halves of football that I've been involved in, being so bad and being like, we're going to lose 10-0 to that's probably some of the best football we played.
Clifford was unreal. He just kept getting on the ball. Like we actually like started playing out from the back a little bit more as well. It was like,
but you know what it is. You know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's gone 2-0 down. You've got nothing to lose. All the fear goes out the window. You can have a little bit of. We went 2-2. We could have went 3-2. Do you remember it?
Yeah. Was it Callum? Could Callum?
Clovis.
Oh, Clovis.
In the box, and he just missed the header.
Yeah.
Catch, fake break, angle ball, free kick.
Yeah.
Never a foul either. I remember.
And it was you, wasn't it, Callum?
Yeah, and I remember he had to gut me, and I was like, I didn't say anything just because I was gutted, like, and I was angry as well.
I thought it was a foul.
And I remember Joe De Vera come and he was like, it was never a foul. But you know them ones, and as soon as the ref give it, I don't normally, like when that stuff like that happens in the game, and you think, oh, come on, lads, like, get me out of this. Don't let this cost us. And then did they have the free kick and they went for a throw and the throw came in and someone, I think it was Delano, missed he could have just cleared it, kind of missed it, and then it just went in and
whoever scored for them shot into the floor and the pitch was soaking, wasn't it? And it just went and just took off like into the top corner, like.
Yeah, that was just a sucker punch. It felt like.
That was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost the game twice, in my opinion. You lose 2-0. You're losing 2-0 at half time. You're going, look, show me something. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We ain't got to win the second half 1-0. That don't bother me. To then go 2-2, to then lose 3-2, it was like, we've lost it twice. And then, when you need a bit of momentum, because no disrespect, we're looking now going, we haven't put back-to-back wins all year, all season. And we need 2 back-to-back wins to give us a half a chance of even getting out of it. We then go Southport at home.
Yeah, this is horrendous.
And it was, I got to be honest, I'll never give up. I'm not that type. You 3 ain't that type. I've got to be honest. It was like, we're in it here. We're done.
The chairman came in after the game, didn't he?
We went for an Indian, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did. But he came into the changing room afterwards.
And had a chat, didn't he? And it was like...
Then we had a chat in training the next day or 2 days later in his office.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, everyone was crying in that meeting.
It was a tough meeting.
It was bad, obviously, like for you personally, Luke, it was a bad time. But I don't think we realised that. And he was bringing up stuff, and I thought, now, Chairman, like talking about people and their families and that. And I was like, but then, like, I think for the lads that didn't, they just didn't care. Do you know what I mean about the club and that? Whereas we did, like, we knew what it meant and that. But yeah, it was just like, it was just do or die from then on, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? There was no way, like, we did what we did, and if we didn't,
we went at Aldershot, and did it galvanise us? Yeah, it did. Did it get us all together? 100%. So as a chairman, you go, he's done his job.
I was nervous before that Aldershot game.
Yeah, like they're the good fans behind the goal and that. But the great thing was,
through this boys, mistakes, like. So I made a mistake in the Halifax game and not been good at South, thinking that felt like pressure that game.
Luckily, I remember Connor scored a penalty, didn't he?
Never a penalty.
Yeah.
He's done that, and it's hitting there, and I know the ref. I won't say his name, and I've gone, and his head down, smashed it roof of the net.
Yeah, I remember. And I remember the good thing was, I don't know, was Charlie Walker there?
He was at Aldershot.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're speaking to him, and I think they'd just been safe the week before. So like, even though like when it got to 2-1, I was like, yes. And you know when you can tell teams they were trying, but they weren't proper going for it. But I thought we can't slip here. Like we're ahead. We need to get this win. And it was a massive win. I don't know if results went for us that day or what, but it was like. Yeah, it was a must-win game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a must-win game. So we've
I
gone.
remember we started doing. At the time, we were thinking, "What the hell is this?" But he done a mini league table, goodie, didn't he?
Yeah.
His mini league table, and like we had some games, and we must have drawn one. And like between us, we were having banter, like lads, we're gonna get Champions League places here if we get a win today. In this mini league of like 6 or 8 or whatever, but it gives you at the time it gave you a bit of more perspective, because when you look at the whole league table, it can look so and you're 20th out of 24, and you see so many teams above you.
Irrelevant at that point, isn't it? That the whole
league. Whereas like when you break it down and you think, all right, and to be fair, you could do it any time of the season wherever you are. It's a good thing because you think, all right, well, if we finish top of this, then we're in the next sort of area. And it gave us it gave me a kind of more of a focus to think like, well, we're not going to try and finish mid-table here, but if we pick up these in the bigger scheme of things, then that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Guiseley at home the next game. First time we've gone back-to-back with wins. Remember who scored it?
1-0. Delano Sam York scored.
He must have been on loan for what, 15, 16 games?
The guy from Soccer AM.
And he was like foot in. Yeah.
I remember because I played with him before. He came on loan at Basingstoke, and I was like, yeah, he's all right in that. And then like the more games we played, and I was just going, nah, like I couldn't back him because he couldn't score, could he? He just didn't score, and he'd do some things and get in positions, and then it would hit his toe and go for a throw in, and you're like, what? Like his just confidence was gone or whatever. But yeah,
that one goal paid for his whole loan.
Yeah,
because it weren't the best of goals. It was a scrappy game.
Me and Nunny, right near the end of the game, lad come in on the angle for them, shot. I made a decent save down low to my right, and the ball popped up, and Nunny did a diving header to clear it from the guy who would have scored the rebound, and he ended up in the back of the goal. I remember it like so clearly because it was a decent save. I was buzzing off the save, but they mean nothing. If they scored a rebound, the header was unreal. He actually threw himself.
Yeah.
Headed it out. Like, first of all, I got up and I was like, yeah, because I'd done something good. And then he was in a heap in the back of the goal. I was buzzing. That was some big moments.
Big moments. What's that, Nunny?
Anything for Rusty.
It's not the first time you bailed me out.
Then we're going to Welling, last day of the season.
I remember Howley being unbelievable that game.
Do you know what? What the funny thing? Sorry, I'll let you carry on. But Howley, I don't know what he did, Rusty, when he first started scoring his goals. But he had this thing in his head where I think it was at Braintree. He started it where he'd just have a packet of crisps for pre-match. And he was like, "Don't worry, lads. Like, I've had more crisps today. Like, we're gonna do it right." Did he score 2?
Yeah,
Scored 2, didn't he? Scored the first buff round someone and lent it top bin, didn't he?
Yeah.
They scored the worst own goal I think I've seen in football for a long time.
To be fair, my ball was unreal. I put him.
No, it was just a whack, and their goalie ran out, and their centre half headed it past him, and it's
Loco, own goal, Loco, Kevin Loco.
Yeah.
And that for me, because obviously we were still right in it. We were just because it's 48 or whatever. Yeah. And it's like we went 2-0 up. We went 2-0 up. I was so anxious. And I remember Goody going, relax, because I wanted it so bad. So it's the great escape, in my opinion. It's made us the club we are today. I don't care what you look at. I know we've been in a WhatsApp group, and we've all been sent the appearance sheet. And when you look at the players and personnel on there, and no disrespect to them, to the squad we had the next year, Nunny, then the year after that, then again this year, is a gulf. So I think even more so, that season was pinnacle for us to be where we are today. Rusty, Cal, your last game for the club?
Yeah, I remember.
We played the cup game, didn't we?
Hearts Senior Cup against Hitchin.
Yeah, we won't talk about
that. I've got to be honest, that felt like, for me, because I knew I wasn't staying, that for me in my head was the last game. Yeah. So it was like, that was massive. Like, that was such a good feeling to end like on a high like that, and like that felt like the last game.
Yeah, that was probably the last half hour of that game at Welling was probably the only football I enjoyed that season.
It was good, wasn't it?
And I remember just the kind of freedom playing around the corner on the edge of my box and that, like, and just there is the relief, like it's like you said, different to the promotion relief, but like
really stressful.
That cloud almost that's over you all season, and you're like, we've done it. I remember I was so happy after the game.
Where does it rank? Because for me, even I've had 6 promotions, player and manager. I've had 6 promotions. Never had a relegation. That year for me, I put it in the top 3 of my achievements.
Yeah. For me, it's massive as well.
Yeah. For me, it's the highest level I've played at. So for me, that we got through that and that we stayed up, and it was, the end of me playing at a higher level. I was thinking it's right up there with the promotion year for different reasons, but it was probably for me the best football I played for a long time. That 2 years back to back was the best I played football wise. So it's right up there.
Nunny, where's it ranked, mate?
Like Cal said, it's a big relief when we're like playing in the National League for a few more years after that. For that year, actually, I felt maybe last year there was some good sides, but I thought that year there was a lot of strong teams. I don't know whether that was just because we wasn't quite as strong, but I felt like when you had like Cheltenham, like Lincoln, Grimsby, Wrexham, they were all really good sides then. Like you say, you look at some of the players that were playing for them teams then, a lot of them are League 2, League 1 champ, they're good players. So for us to, go up and play pretty much a third of the season doing 2 days a week, which is crazy now, to do that in the National League. Like how we ever competed, even what we did was a success anyway. And then for a big learning curve for everyone, for us as players going up to that level, for you as a manager going in and losing Ian and losing Maz and Courts and some of the other players that we sort of split that team, for us to get through all that. And at the end of the day, whether we lost 80%, it didn't matter. We'd stayed up. We'd achieved what really the main goal was, get in that league and stay up. As I know it wasn't pretty and we done it by the skin of our teeth, but we did do it. But it did come down to the last day. So it was a yeah, just that massive relief at the end.
I think no one gave us a chance either. Like when you see with obviously it was, the home games were good. Like when you have big teams coming with fans and that, but it's not like we didn't have like the massive following every week. And you know, when team like I don't know why, just teams didn't like us, did they? But like we didn't care about that. But not like no one really gave us a chance, I think, to stay up.
We were favourites to go down. I'm sure we were at the start of the year by a long shot.
We were like nailed on favourites.
Yeah.
Nailed on favourites, and it's like you said, people weren't really giving us any sort of chance of remaining in the level. And I don't know, did that galvanise us? Did that unite us? I think it had a little part, but fundamentally, when I look back and go, the team that finished, there was 5 or 6 that were the ones that got us there, that probably were the driving force to keep us in the level.
It's crazy, isn't it, to not go back to back all season and then we win the last 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
It's just mad. Like I said, that relief, that last half hour, I just remember enjoying it. Even at Swelling's just the pitch is crap. It was just dusty, like. But I think it was just like you said, the relief, and probably the only half an hour of football that like when you play into winning that, but to enjoy something like that, it was. That was probably the only half hour of football, which sounds weird because the amount of games you play in your career and stuff, to think like, not that I didn't enjoy playing in the National League, but you know when you play a game and you're enjoying it, It doesn't happen a lot. Like games where you're battering teams, that's nice, but it don't happen a lot. But yeah, it's just the...
There's not many moments in football that you can enjoy, and when they come, you got to embrace them, because what is it? A handful of good moments.
Yeah. I remember going back to, and again, I think it just showed as well. You was like, back to the club and that last day of the season. Was it a late kickoff?
It was a 5:30 kickoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it just showed there was probably like me, Rusty, Nunny, Howley, and maybe a few others back at the club. But like people didn't turn up, did they?
No, there was 5 or 6 that were there. Rusty's had to leave us due to work, which totally apologise for the viewers, but we got up anyway. But yeah, no, there was. You'd think. I remember there was a minibus, and there was a lot. We got a crate of beer back on the minibus, and again the nucleus showed their face.
That bird, I can't remember her name.
Linda.
I was running around. So I think Loretta bought us Krispy Kremes, and I'm running around with this walking stick with donuts on, going around to everyone, giving them a bite. And this woman's going, "I need my stick," but she's chasing me without the stick. So I'm like, "You don't need this."
And then Howley and her were like licking each other, weren't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was funny.